sweet sound of music. Testing? Oh, yeah, that works. Okay, I'm Dave Strom, and I'm writing a novel called The Comic Book Code. And this is the second to the last chapter in the book, so all the big fight scenes and so forth are over with, and it's time for everything to get wrapped up. So I'm just calling it Chapter 98. I have no idea what number the chapter is really going to be when I'm done writing the book, because I've got a lot of middle to write. Anyhow, Holly Grail Svensson, Holly, and California Smith, Cal, have saved the world. The San Diego Comic Convention is over for this year. Holly and Cal are now famous superheroes, but they didn't choose to be. Holly lives in Encinitas, a town north of San Diego. She has had a huge crush on the character of Batman since she was 10 years old. She's in her late 20s now. Holly's powers: flight, super strength and toughness, super telekinesis, a nasty temper, and blonde Amazon good looks, and a love for Cal, enhanced only slightly by his Batman-type costume. Cal's powers: super intelligence and body armor and gadgets, and at this point in the book, a deep love for Holly. Chapter 98, the Sunset chapter with a couple of sequel hints. A comfy clean room at La Especial Norte restaurant in Encinitas, a Sunday, 7:32 p.m. With great world saving comes a great appetite. Holly wolfed down Pancho Villa bean soup. Cal asked her, "Why are you eating super fast?" But he ate his matching soup with quick intellectual efficiency, deducing she had a good reason, and that she had good taste in food. "Just keep up with me," she answered between slurps. The decor was simple. Color wall paintings of various Mexicans all wearing sombreros, vinyl-covered seats in the booths at seat 4, no music, friendly waitresses, and the best bean soups that this author has ever tasted. The restaurant staff, having known Holly for years, protected her privacy as best they could, considering Holly wore her rather skimpy superheroine costume and Cal wore his scary body armor, cape, and cowl. Holly paused a couple of times to sign autographs for a few kids. She advised them to read if they wanted to grow up smart like Cal. Cal advised them to eat their vegetables if they want to grow up strong like Holly. A sleazy reporter and sleazier camera crew from bouncy online babes approached Holly with video cameras. The staff accidentally on purpose spilled a few gallons of soup on them before Holly spotted them. They got off easy. Holly would have given them video camera enemas. Moonlight Beach in Encinitas, a Sunday, 8:05 p.m. Moonlight Beach was clear of people. The lifeguard had told a few straggling boogie boarders that an oil spill was headed this way. He knew Holly and she had called ahead. The air was still, warm, and saltwater tangy. Holly and Cal stood side by side at the water's edge, facing the ocean, listening to gently lapping waves, and waiting for what Holly had been in such a hurry, an ocean sunset. "Cal, I really wanted to share..." Whoops. Oh well. "Cal, I really wanted to share one of these with you." She took his hand. Holly sighed, happy to be with Cal, relieved that this book was almost over. "Maybe my life won't be quite so hectic, at least until the next book in this series. Oh, yeah, speaking of which, Holly, what do you think of fighting a whole bunch of whiny vampires?" Holly winced at that thought, but smiled when she focused on the present. "I wish this moment could last longer, or be done over again. Maybe if someone at the comic convention has that special superpower." She looked hopefully at the author. "Holly, I'm not going to put time travel in these stories. I refuse to open that can of worms. It ruins Superman 2, the director's cut." She sighed. "Yeah, that's true." She squeezed Cal's hand. "Enjoy it while you can, Cal. I love when the sun makes that wonderful orange-yellow beam on the blue-green water that reaches right up to the beach's edge. That beam will touch our toes." Cal had not squeezed her hand back. He contemplated the sunsets. Ocean sunsets. Several in this book. This one is particularly interesting. The color of the water indicates a 1.5% increase in plankton content. Perhaps one of your ocean superheroes is cleaning it up a bit. The current refraction of the sun's radiant light, naturally dipping deeply into the red end of the visible spectrum, Cal, Holly said, indicates that we have 1 minute 47 seconds of sunlight left. Cal was speaking faster. Cal! Holly's voice had a hint of alarm. She squeezed his hand harder, and the beam of light running to us should occur in 23.6 seconds. Cal! Yelped Holly. What? Said Cal. Turning towards Holly, he was shocked by Holly's fearful face. I frightened her. Yeah, let's try that again. Holly calmed a little. She gently but firmly took Cal's hand and pointed his face at the sunset again. Look at it. Don't analyze it. Just feel it. Cal saw, then felt, then went very still. His breathing slowed as a beam of light from the sun rushed up the ocean to end at the ocean's edge, right at the 23.6 second mark that he'd calculated. But he wasn't thinking of numbers. Cal relaxed, and Holly let go of his chin. He sighed, letting go of the action. Just a moment. There, are you done? Okay. Holly put her head on Cal's shoulder. She had to bend her knee. Sorry, wrong paragraph. Cal relaxed, and Holly let go of his chin. He sighed, letting go of the action, tension, and superpower drama of the past few days. Holly, it's ironic. You can fly and I cannot, but it's you who's going to keep my feet on the ground. Holly put her head on Cal's shoulder, bending her knees slightly because she was an inch taller than he was. I didn't mean to turn you into a super calculator. I'm so sorry I dragged you into all this. She pecked him on the cheek, but I'm so glad you came along. Cal still watched the sunset. He squeezed Holly's hand. My kicking and screaming was minimal. I'm sorry I scared you. I assure you my super intellect will not endanger my sanity. It should be trained properly in time for the next book in this series, like, Teeth in the Night. There, Dave, is that enough of a plug for you? Yeah, Cal, thanks. That's probably what I'm going to name the book. Holly remembered Cal teaching her to use her power. Holly said, and mulled her words. I might have to write about taming great power. Although super self-help books are not my cup of tea. Cal looked at Holly again. She was staring at the ocean, her eyes thoughtful, the writer part of her brain stirring. In the dimming reddish light, Holly's hair appeared less blonde and more mousy brown, as it had been before she gained superpower. Cal ignored Holly's superheroine curves, focusing instead on her head and face. For a moment, he saw her as she was before superpower had entered her life. The geeky writer, the queen of the fanboys. Cal spoke softly. Oh, Holly, I currently observe something 2.7 times more lovely than a sunset. Holly looked at Cal again. Her eyes were dreamy and her smile was warm. Oh, Cal, that's the sweetest thing you've ever calculated for me. She kissed him as the last beam of sunlight winked out. Let's go to my place. I'll drive, Cal said. It was a short walk to his Intellecticar. Holly ogled the Intellecticar with an I'm your biggest fangirl smile. As Cal opened the passenger side door for her, she pleaded, Could you say it like he did in the movie? Please? She batted her eyelashes. Cal crookedly smiled. Then he made his face grim crime fighter stony and his stance darkly intimidating, both enhanced by his Batman-type costume. He dropped his voice an octave. Get in the car. Holly suppressed a giddy giggle as a thrill shivered up her spine. She got in. Cal ran to the driver's side door, letting his cape billow as he did so. This time, Holly's giggle escaped. The Intellecticar roared out a jet of flame as it sped away. Hey, wait a minute, you two. I'm the author. I need a last line for this book. Come back here. Oh,